welcome to TooConnect. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And I would like for you to introduce yourself. What's your name? How old are you? And where do you live?
Okay, so I am Nathalie, 26, living in Hamburg, Germany.
Okay, great. Please tell us, because nowadays we never know. Are you attracted to a man or are you looking for a lady?
I mean, I'm attracted to men.
All right.
Men with a big M.
All right. What do you do, like in your life, professionally or at the moment?
So currently I study and work in the field of medical science and public health. I also have side hustles, but that's mainly what I do.
Okay. So you're a student and you work next to being a
in
student.
The field, yeah.
All right. Which country are you from?
I'm from Cameroon, baby. The Cameroon
okay, 100%.
sauce right here, you know.
100%.
Hundred.
Oh, hi, sister.
I mean, it's crazy that you even asked me that, because people always wonder, like, I often get said that I look like a girl from the islands, you know, Caribbean, those kind of things. Like when I talk to strangers sometimes, but I'm 100%.
I mean, I wouldn't say Caribbean now, but
okay. That's because you are African, I guess. Because like the other, you know, nationalities, they usually, I've been asked if I'm not from Cuba, if I'm not from Peru, if I'm not from, you know, Tobago even once. So
I mean, anyway,
stop it. I'm not the one who said it though.
I didn't get from Cameroon. It's okay. Yeah, you already said you were located in Hamburg, Germany, correct?
Exactly.
Okay. And are you open for a long distance relationship?
Yeah, I'm open as long as it's not too far, but yeah.
What means too far? 1 hour, 2 hours?
Let's say I prefer relationships that are like one city away, one country away, but like neighboring countries, you know. Yeah, I would prefer maybe a distant relationship with a person living in, let's say, France or Belgium, than somebody living in Australia, for example. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, but let's say he lives, you know, very far away. I don't know, let's say 5 hours, 6 hours, right? Long distance relationship. Do you say that, okay, we do the long distance relationship, but in maximum 2 years, we should at least live together? Do you have this type of requirement?
Yeah, I would say 1 year. I would say 1 year. Yeah.
You obviously speak English. Do you speak other languages as well?
Yeah, I speak about 8 languages in total. I'm learning my 8th language now. So,
ma'am. When I say other languages fluently, like you speak English.
Yeah. Out of the 8, I speak 5 fluently. So I speak French, English, German, Portuguese, and my maternal language fluently.
Portuguese?
Yep.
Tell me something in Portuguese. Tell me, I am on TooConnect and I am looking for a husband. Tell me that.
Estou aqui em TooConnect e procuro um namorado. Yeah, I got to live in not Portugal, Mozambique for quite a long time, so I got to, you know, learn the language and practice it. So that's why.
Now prove German. Prove German.
Go ahead. Tell me something.
Sag mir, was du heute gemacht hast.
Also, ich habe heute gearbeitet, danach bin ich zurück nach Hause gekommen, habe ich was gekocht, gegessen, ein bisschen wieder gearbeitet, also zu Hause, und ja, jetzt bin ich hier mit einer süßen Frau und ich mache ein kleines Interview, um einen Mann zu finden.
We love a bilingual queen.
I mean.
So that means in German you have like C1 level or B2?
I actually have a C1 level. I did do that, even though it wasn't a necessity, especially with my course, because I do study in both English and German. So I could just have the B2. It was enough. But I wanted to get to the highest level.
So,
that was just for my personal ego.
I mean, that means all men are welcome. English, German, French, Mozambique man, girl.
Mozambique.
Or Portuguese. Okay.
I mean, I must, there's quite a big selection, I would say. I don't, language would difficultly be a barrier, at least.
Good for you. Good for you. Okay, great. Let's continue. Are you religious, and would you be interested in dating someone who's religious?
Well, I wouldn't really identify myself as being religious, or well, at least maybe to some extent, but not like 100% as how people see religious people nowadays, at least. But I am open to somebody who is religious, as long as it's not a person who is like close-minded and who really wants the other person to absolutely be part of his religion. So yeah, if the person is religious, but has an open mind to somebody else not being of the same religious belief as him, then that's okay. That's fine.
Okay, but would you consider yourself believing in God, or like the universe, or whatever you like to call it?
I do believe in God. It's not the fact that I said that I don't identify as religious that means that I do not. I do believe in God. It's just that I cannot say that I have a particular attachment to one. I actually respect everybody in every religion. So if I'm in front of somebody who is maybe Muslim, I would respect the religion.
No, of course. I'm just asking, like, do you yourself, you believe in God? Because you say you don't call yourself religious. But does that mean you believe in God, or do you
No. I do believe. Well, when I say I don't consider, it doesn't mean I don't believe in God. Of course not. It's just being part of one congregation, that kind of a thing. That's what I meant. But I do believe in God. I definitely do.
Okay, good. And do you see yourself getting married?
Yeah, I mean, as much as it's not a must in my life, like if I don't do it, I'm gonna die or something. But it's something I do wish for myself, and I do hope that it happens someday. So yeah, I do see myself getting married.
Why would you like to get married?
Well, let's start by the most important reason, which is having kids. For me.
Yeah.
Because I really want to have, a family. I've always wished that for my future kids, to have a mom, a dad, both of them present, doing their best to give them the best possible life and education. So yeah, that's the main reason I would say for kids. But also because I love the idea of being somebody's wife, someone's woman, and also from the culture where I'm from, it's actually something that is also quite important, actually. And it's seen as a plus to a woman's life, especially. So you might be as successful as possible, but it is seen as something even better if on top of that success you also have marriage going on.
So you see yourself getting married, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Do you have children, and would you like to have children?
I don't have children yet, and yes, I do wish to have children, of course.
How many?
2.
Oh, nice. And would you be interested in dating or marrying somebody who has children?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind dating or marrying someone who has children.
Okay.
I mean, it would be better if it's not the case, but yeah.
Okay.
I am open.
And if he has children, do you have like a maximum, because
in the dating phase, maximum is 1. But in the marriage phase, like if I get to a certain age, let's say like 35, getting closer to my 40s, and then by that time, if the man has like 2, maximum of 3, then yeah.
Okay.
But for now, I would say 1.
Okay. And how many baby mamas?
One. It's already a big
One is
deal having to
ideal.
deal with baby moms. So.
Good. What do you like to do in your free time?
So, I love listening to music. I
Mhm.
am a big fan of music. So, yeah, I love going out, discovering new places. I love traveling.
Mhm.
I love working out. I love reading. Yeah, I would say those are my main hobbies.
Okay, nice. We arrived at the interesting part. Do you have a
Hmm.
money requirement for
Oh,
a life with two kids, a
yeah.
husband, and the type of lifestyle you desire? Give me an age range, a money range, pardon, money range.
Okay, a yearly amount.
Yeah, yearly amount netto.
That's sufficient for me.
Netto.
Yeah, well, I think for a family with two kids, maybe more, because you never know. That's, for
Mhm.
example, me, but
Yeah.
the man might want more, right? So, yeah, I think in that kind of situation, a man earning about 80 to 100 per year would be nice.
Okay. Okay. And if you add two kids or three kids, if you're 35, as you mentioned,
Yeah.
it's the same or
I think a little bit more,
because then you'd
but
be
I think
like
it's,
five, right?
huh?
So because then it would be like five kids. Let's say
Exactly. Then
three
it
plus
would be like
two.
5 kids, so
Mhm.
definitely more. I know. I believe you shouldn't make more kids than you can bear,
Yeah.
to actually, or than you can handle. So the more the kids, the more the money. Literally.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. It's fine.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to contribute financially?
Yes, to some extent. Yes. Yeah.
That sounds just not convincing. I don't.
I mean, I'm a traditional African woman, In our
Can you cook and
culture, the
clean
man
now?
is
Traditional traditional women don't do business like that. I love business
That's true.
ladies.
Well, let's say I'm a modern traditional. Yeah, but I mean, I really give a man that place, as the
Mhm.
head of the family, as the leader, as the pilot of the plane, and me as the co-pilot. I'm ready to help from time to time, but he should be the one, leading, doing the
All
main job.
right.
So, yeah, I mean, I would assist gladly,
Mhm.
especially in situations where it's needed and where I feel it's a must, or it's important to do it. And also in general, I mean, life here is usually quite hectic, so you wouldn't expect the man to take all the responsibilities by himself. So, of course, I am willing to help my man financially.
Okay. You just gave me the range from 80 to 100,000, right?
Yeah.
So let's say the man, is not at 80,000 yet, but he's
Mm.
working towards it. Would you be open to that type of man?
Yeah, of course. I think for me, ambition is the most important.
Mhm.
Like I said, the range that I gave was in a situation where we're already married, we
Mhm.
already have a family. So in that kind of um, situation, it's important for things to already have gotten to a certain level.
Mhm.
You shouldn't, like I said, you shouldn't make up a family already if you do not have the financial stability that goes along with it.
Mhm.
But for um, a beginning, the dating phase, I am open to a man who doesn't have that kind of money yet, but who does have the ambition to, you know, get the bag, like we say. So yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Obviously, I assume from what you said, the goal is for him to provide 100%, right?
Mhm.
But if it's necessary, do you say like, I mean, it's obviously hard to say it like that, but there's some women who say, okay, I can always contribute 10% financially to the household bills,
Mhm.
or 20, or if necessary, even 100 if he loses his job. Are you like flexible like that?
Yes, actually I am. if my man feels like from what he gains, he can take care of everything by himself, I mean, who am I to contest what my man says, right?
You're not fighting.
Like, who the fuck am I? So, baby, go ahead. I'm here supporting you all the way, you know? But yeah, if we do find ourselves in other circumstances where he feels like, yeah, I have to contribute like 10, 20, 30%, depending on the situation we have going on for ourselves, I would also do it, especially if I know I have a man who does take his responsibilities at hand, and that, yeah, he's not just like counting on my money, but it's like the situation that makes me have to really assist him. Of course, if I need to assist even to 100%, for example, in the case where he loses his job or finds himself jobless, you know, I would definitely be open to taking the financial aspect of the family at hand. If I also do have the means to do it, why not? But yeah, with the intention and hope of everything getting back in order, of course. But yeah, I would be open to. I'm flexible like that.
Okay. What are your deal breakers? Give me three.
Okay, 3 deal breakers. Bad
Yes.
hygiene. So like that covers up everything. Bad smell, whether mouth smell or body whatsoever, like not clean hands or fingers. Yeah, like bad hygiene in general. So that's a deal breaker, of course. Behavior, I would say somebody who is very lazy and not ambitious, you know? Yeah, somebody who is lazy and not ambitious, who doesn't really have that urge to want to reach the stars, like they say, sky is the limit, right? So who is really more into, yeah, I just got this going on for myself, I'll just, you know, get to that. And third, I would say somebody who doesn't have good morality, of course. Yeah, that's something I think that's even the first one normally on the list. Bad morality, you know, somebody who's not loyal to himself and also not to others. I would say bad morality in general. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, fair. Good. What are your physical preferences? So if you would describe your perfect man, do you have like, maybe you can even give us a star. Give us a star. What's like, you know, what is like your type? Obviously, the person won't look exactly like that star, but you know, so that we have kind of a direction,
idea. Well, if I should actually choose a star to portray what my ideal kind of man would be like, I would say Trey Songz back in the days. You know? Back in the days. Because, like, now, I wouldn't say he's different, but
yeah,
back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah, the one of, you know. Yeah, you know, a tall chocolate, you know, well built and, you know.
You just mentioned chocolate. Do you like white chocolate?
I mean, I'm not close to it, you know. You actually did say that I should speak of my preference, so that's my preference. But I am open to white chocolate too. I mean,
Germans, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're invited. All right, good. So what are you looking for in a partner character-wise?
That's a hard question because I got so much to say, but
keep it cute. Give us the most important things.
I would give the basics. So like I said, morality is for me very important. Good morality. Somebody who knows where he is going, who knows exactly, like not somebody who is lost, like who really has a vision and wants to pursue that and is ambitious, of course, like all of that go together. Somebody who is family oriented, of course. Somebody who can be a good father, who likes kids, who's family oriented, like I said, and who is also physically it, of course. He takes care of himself, goes to the gym. He must not be a gym rat, but like works out, is open to self-development, constant working on himself, whether externally or internally. Well, both externally and internally. Yeah.
Okay. So, when was your last relationship and why did it end?
Oh my God, girl, you're not gonna. Oh God, you're getting me started. Wow. It's been long. I haven't answered a kind of question like this.
Oopsie.
Well, my last relationship, well, what I consider, because we don't take flirts, right?
No, a
Of
real
course not.
relationship.
A real, yeah. That was last year. Since last year, March. I mean, that, yeah. That was
How long was it?
6 months.
Oh, okay.
So it started off like ends 2023 and then ended up beginning 2024. Yeah.
Okay, and why did
was
it
a
end?
long-term thing.
Why did it end? What was the reason?
Why did it end? Well, we were just not looking for the same things, in life. We're just not heading, towards the same direction. And I just realized that it was pointless trying to find a common road. We're just both heading in different directions in life, and we didn't get to find a compromise or common way where we could, meet somehow. So, yeah, I would generally say it like that.
Okay. I hope you're not still in contact with this person. You still in contact?
Well, I am not in contact, but we actually get to talk. Like, it happens. When I say talk, it's not like discussions or like, but it's I'm the kind of person, I believe in the fact that it's not a must that your exes must be your enemies, unless the person really did you bad, like really was awful to you, wicked. As long as at the end you guys didn't really have a big issue, you guys can, keep it cool.
I mean, obviously, I agree, not enemies, but what would you say to the type of person who is maybe not so comfortable with you being, friends or in contact with your ex? What would you say to that person?
Well, if I have, if I feel like the person is actually coming from a place of genuine, I would say, affection for me, like it's not just, to please his ego, kind of, but it's more like, yeah, I don't want to share you. I don't want, like kind of a really coming from a good place. I mean, I wouldn't mind. For me, it's when you're in a relationship, you do take into consideration what the person wants, right? So if me being friends, if I can put it like that, with an ex, or would put that person in a bad position, I wouldn't mind stopping. For me, it's not a problem.
Okay. What's the age range you're looking for?
Well, 30 and going upwards.
30 to 80?
Well,
Upward?
okay, no. You almost got me on that. 30 to 40.
30 to 40? Okay.
Yeah. But I am also open to younger, but it really would depend, like there must be really a good connection, like, yeah, in that kind of case. But my ideal would be 30 to 40.
Okay. Yeah, we arrived at the body cam, so please stand up and show us what you got.
Well, girl, you're making me feel shy.
Ooh,
I hope it's okay like this, because I can't go further, unfortunately.
And trimmed. Okay.
Oh, stop.
Looking good now. Okay.
Thank you, girl. Thank you. I do appreciate.
So please,
thank you.
give us a little 360. One 360. Okay, that's cute. That's cute.
Is that
okay? Sit down. The last two questions, please tell us, what are two flaws of yours? So two things that you need to work on yourself.
Two flaws of mine. Well, I would say, first of all, I really have a strong character. Yeah. Yeah, so I am not the very, I mean, I'm a soft kind of girl in the sense that I don't look for drama, you know, kind of thing. But I also have a quite strong character in the sense that if I am in front of somebody who is trying to argue about something and I feel like I am not wrong, you know, I'll not just, you know,
Take it.
you know, get it off like that.
Yeah.
There are times I would, because I'm working on that aspect of myself now. So I learned to also just say sorry, even if I don't feel like I'm wrong, just for peace to reign. But yeah, it's part of what I would characterize as my bad character. A second one, I would say I am very impatient. Yeah, I'm not the most patient. Yeah, that's really, yeah. So those would be my. You said two, right? Yeah. So those would be the two, I would say.
All right. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Girl, where do I start from? Like, I mean,
And where does she start, y'all?
where do I start, girl? We would sleep here if I have to, you know, answer that question. There are way too many reasons. I mean, beautiful, sexy, pretty, intelligent, you know. You see, I'm even speechless. I'm sorry.
No.
That might sound narcissistic, but I'm really like such a grown up woman, not just physically, even mentally. I'm very mature. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm heading in life. I know where I want to go, and I'm doing what I need to do to get there. Yeah, I know how to give a man his place, you know, in a relationship, because I feel like that is something that is no longer very easy to find nowadays. Because yeah, let me just not start off another debate on something else, but I would say, yeah, I know how to give a man his space in a relationship. I am not somewhat the kind of woman who likes to constantly, you know, fight, or I love peace. I am calm. I'm a good woman in general. So yeah, a man would be very lucky to be with me, because yeah, he would have both a pretty girl, intelligent, you know, the external and internal beauty, you know, a two-in-one.
Best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds, indeed.
All right. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. So yeah, we arrived at the end. Gentlemen, you heard her. This is Nathalie, 26 years old, lives in Hamburg, Germany, is open for a long distance relationship as long as you don't take too long. Attraction wise, she prefers black men, but is open to white men. She speaks 5 languages fluently. So the Portuguese man, you're welcome.
Come exactly. On, 8. Please.
Oh, sorry, 8. Put some respect on her name. 5. Put some respect on her name.
Thank you, 8 girl. Thank you.
So yeah, childless, beautiful lady, fit body. I mean, what more do you need? So if you're interested, guys, please don't hesitate. Contact me, and may the best man win.
She said, "May the best man
exactly.
win." Wow.
Yeah, so thank you, Nathalie, for participating, and
thank you.
Thank
you for having me. That was very interesting, more interesting than I actually was expecting. So you're doing a really great job. I mean, I hope some
thank you
girls or boys tomorrow come up and be like, yeah, I got married thanks to TooConnect.
Thank you. Thank you, girl. So yeah, for the other people watching, don't be shy, you know.
Yeah.
Take a leap of faith. Your man or your woman cannot find you if you're hiding. So yeah.
That part.
So again, thank you for participating, and I wish you a great day.
Thank you very much. Have a great
Bye.
day, you too. Bye.